Hi friends, and welcome to Intention, where we focus on tarot card readings and other esoteric topics. And today we have a pick a card reading where we focus on a message about your love life. So this is either a relationship you're currently in, maybe some energy for a relationship headed your way, but either way, it's a look and a peek behind the curtain into what's in store for your love life in the future. If you're new to pick a card readings, I'll give you a quick rundown of how this style of reading works. Today's message will arrive in one of either four piles, either from Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, or Group 4. You can take a minute, pause the video if you need to, and feel the pile that you're most intuitively drawn towards. In case you need some additional help selecting, I've also added crystals to each pile. So Group 1 has Spirit Quartz, Group 2 has Green Apophyllite, Group 3 has Angel Aura Quartz, and Group 4 has Rainbow Fluorite. So take a minute, pause the video if you need to, and then once you know which pile you're drawn towards, we can continue on with the reading. Once you've selected your group, go to the description box and click your group's timestamp to jump forward to that section of the reading. But before you do that, I just want to remind everyone that tarot is a tool to help us think critically about our past, dissect what's happening in the present, and think about the future and the energy we're attracting towards us. However, you are not fated by anything you hear in this reading today. Your destiny is always in your control. If something doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. It's probably a part of the message that you weren't really meant to hear. If you enjoyed today's reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so you can join us for our future pick a card readings. And with that, let's jump right into the readings and find out a message about your love life. Welcome group number 1, and thank you so much for joining us in today's pick a card reading about your love life. Before we begin any reading, I like to start by setting our intention. So to do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. So in this spread, we have the 10 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the Devil, Temperance, and then rounding it out with Judgment. So over in the past situation, we've got the 10 of Swords in the reverse position. And I love this card so much because it just says everything is fine, when clearly everything is not going fine. So this is really about something that needed to end. So in your love life, in the past, there was some sort of situation, some relationship you were involved in that needed to end. The end was probably less favorable or didn't really take the outcome that you were hoping for, but regardless, it was something that you needed to put behind you and you needed to let go of. So this card is reminding you to release that old pain, anything that's holding you back maybe in getting into your new relationships, because you're still probably holding a little bit of resentment or fear around whatever this situation was. But just know that when it ended, it was because it no longer served you and you have the power now to move on. So things were not so great, everything was not fine, but now you're in a good position, in a better place, because you've moved away from and out of that situation and you're ready to move on into the rest of your life. The 3 of Swords in this next position, in the current position, is usually about heartbreak or sorrow. So for me, this is really resonating about you guys still feeling a little bit hurt about whatever happened in this situation. So this might have been like a recent breakup, some sort of tumultuous situation in your love life, maybe even sometimes the 3 of Swords can represent 3 different people. So it might have been someone else involved in the situation with you and your partner, but somehow you were carrying around some hurt feelings and you need to sort of release those emotions to move forward. So it's again about sort of letting go, knowing that whatever ends, when things happen that way in our life, it's because it's no longer meant for us. It's time to kind of move on, and that can be hard because this is a tougher sort of double card situation here. It means that there's probably a lot of internal turmoil, some really resentment feelings that you're holding on to. But if you can stop focusing on those, you'll be able to move forward in a really healthy way. The end of something is always a part of the cycle of life in general, so you can't have any new beginnings unless you sort of wash away what happened to you in the past and let it go to move forward in a new direction. The Devil in the center card is about passion and addiction, but in this case, I think probably more so about passion. So you might be holding back right now, but it's time to let go because there's some really sort of powerful attachment, like like passionate energy heading your way. You're going to meet somebody, or maybe you've already met someone who you have like a really strong attraction to, and they feel the same way about you. This is a card that really references that true, like deep burning passion. But be careful in situations like that of codependency. You both have some really wild, sort of uninhibited feelings about each other, probably because it's the new beginning sort of stages of a relationship, where it may feel like it's the beginning again. If you've been in a relationship with someone for a long time, this might be like a new spark, or feeling sort of wild and really attracted to them in a new and exciting way. Just don't let that make you too codependent on them for happiness or for fulfillment. It's just kind of a cautionary thing about the Devil card in general. It's about really setting the boundaries, but feeling free to explore that connection that you two have built together. Temperance card in the advice section is about finding that balance. So she is directly connected to what's going on with the Devil. Don't get sort of carried away. Don't get too far like into being sort of like, oh, I'm letting go and I'm just feeling totally free with this person. Like, still make sure there's some balance to your life and balance to the relationship with them. Be kind of calm and cool and collected while you're exploring your passion side with them, or the new beginning of the relationship. Don't be too overeager. Patience and moderation is key to building a strong foundation and letting go of kind of anything negative that's really holding you or holding both of you back. Judgment in the outcome position is about rebirth. So this is heading down a new path, and you're heading down the new path with this person. So you guys are headed in a new direction together. If this is a new relationship, it probably means that you're deciding to commit to each other. You're possibly moving together in a new direction. Maybe you're moving in together. You're taking like a next step, but it's about a rebirth. If it's someone that you've been with for a long time, it may be like a new way of looking at them. That sort of passion may have sparked a new sort of interest in them and a new, like, deeper feeling for the relationship you've already built with them. It's about really realizing that you deserve the best in life and then going out to get it. So it's about healing wounds, also referencing sort of what's happened to you in the past, moving forward, sharing your feelings, and being able to kind of express with your new partner, or your partner that has now proceeded or come after the relationship that ended so badly. Being able to share those feelings with them and be open and honest allows you guys to move down a new path and a new direction together this time. So to round out this message, I decided to pull an oracle card that didn't really reference your connection to the relationship or a specific message about your love life, but instead represented the person or the situation that we're speaking about. So this would be referencing that person who you have the connection with now. And so the card I pulled was the Nectar. This is a really beautiful card. And so this card really references regeneration and healing. So this person was likely even the person who helped you sort of get over this situation. So this could be maybe even a friend that you sort of are moving in a more romantic sort of direction with. But either way, they provided that sort of regeneration and healing for you. It's also referencing a need to relax and recuperate. So they might be really good at sort of helping you relax and calming you down. They might be like a calming force in your life in general. It could also mean that this person is related somehow to the medical field, might work in a spa, or sort of have that kind of personality in the friend group in general, where they're the one that everybody goes to for advice. You know how we all have that one friend that's like really good at listening and really great at objectively telling you sort of the most true, pure advice, like regardless of how you want to hear the advice come out. They're like really good at sort of letting you know exactly what you need to heal and get over a situation. So this could reference that they provide that for people. But either way, there's some sort of really healing quality this person has. They probably sort of helped you feel a lot better about where you were. And as you're moving forward in the new situation with them, they're helping you feel really comfortable and sort of continuing to help you let go of those negative feelings you have about past relationships. The stone for your reading is the Spirit Quartz. And this is a perfect one because it is the Master Healing Stone. So this is really referencing not just the actual healing you've done to get over your relationship in the past, but also the person that you're with and that sort of healing quality that they provide to you in general. So to sum up the overall theme of this reading for you guys, a message about your love life, it's really about knowing that you have been able to successfully move past the bad situations in your life. We've all been there. We've all had breakups and things that really weren't the best. You went through a pretty tough one, but the good news is you're on the path with a new person who has helped you heal or is going to help you heal from that and feel a lot better about it. And right now, you guys are feeling a ton of passion and draw towards each other. So celebrate that. Really dive into that, but do it with a little bit of caution, a little bit of patience so that you don't go too deep too quick. Because in the end, you guys are headed towards a path where you've healed the wounds and you're moving forward together, sharing your feelings and being confident about your relationship in a whole new way you may not have ever experienced before. And that's all I see in the cards today, but I hope you enjoyed today's reading, and if you did, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so you can join us for our future pick-a-card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome Group 2, and thank you so much for joining us in today's pick-a-card reading. Before we begin any reading, I like to start by setting our intention. So to do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. In your spread, we have the Four of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and then the Knight of Swords. So in the past position, we've got the Four of Swords, and that's all about resting and relaxing. So you probably gain some perspective when you do that. I know when I sit back and kind of give myself a minute to relax, to sort of think about the situation, I gain a lot of perspective about where I'm at and where I'm headed. And so this is about taking the time, taking the moment. You guys might have been single for a little while, stepping back and kind of like evaluating where you are. So you took the time to understand what you will and sort of won't accept in relationships. So this might have been a time that you needed to be alone, but don't forget what you learned as you move forward into relationships with new people, because it was important that you guys took that time in this past position card to really be single, to think within yourself, to rely on yourself for what you want and need, so you can understand what you should expect out of people going forward. The Nine of Coins in the current position in reversed is about learning what you're worth. So that's probably related a lot to the time that you took to sort of be alone and think within yourself and with your own feelings. You're worthy of respect, of love, of understanding, and you figured out that you are enough on your own. You don't need anybody else to complete you. You don't need a partner in order to feel fulfilled. You've got that power within yourself and on your own. So you may have been made to feel sort of less than before. That might have happened like while you were single, or that could have been even the reason why you took some time to sort of be by yourself. But you know now that that's not the case, that you're worthy of so much more, and you know exactly what you're looking for as you move forward in your relationships with new people. So just remember to love yourself first, that you're worth it, and that's going to help you guys out in the long run for sure. The Queen of Swords in the center position really grounds the theme of the overall reading, and this card speaks a lot about communication. So communication is key going forward. What do you want? What do you need? This is about being clear and focused with your partners, but the advantage to that is you guys took the time. You took the time to really understand what it is you're looking for, and now it's important to use that sort of knowledge you've gained to communicate it to other people. No one's going to be able to read your mind, to kind of get in your head, so don't be afraid to express yourself and really put it out there as you're looking for new relationships and trying to find sort of love or find a partner in your life. Make sure that you communicate what it is that you want and you need. Clear communication is going to make you stronger, and it's going to make the relationships you build with people even stronger, because you're going to be upfront about what you expect before those relationships ever even get fully developed. The Eight of Wands in the advice position is about action and alignment. So this is putting those struggles that you've had in the past behind you and growing and going with the flow. So set the fear aside, set any sort of trust issues you may have had that caused you to sort of pull back in the first place, because you need to trust that this time, this new relationship that's coming your way, it's going to be different. You're going to be able to move forward in a new way because you've got the power and the confidence within yourself to communicate what it is you want and you need, and you know what's important for you. You know what you're not going to accept from people, what you're not willing to put up with. So it emphasizes also being clear about that new direction that you're going to take, using that communication power that's within you guys to really make sure your new partner knows exactly what you expect from the relationship going forward. The Knight of Swords, this is about being motivated to make this work. So in the outcome position, if you guys focus on your communication, if you're ready to kind of let go and align yourself with somebody, where you put your fear aside, it's going to end up meaning that you're more motivated to make your future relationships work because you put in the good work and have all the tools in order to move forward and create new relationships that are stronger and built on a much better foundation. You need to continue to be assertive when you're needed. So this Knight is kind of charging into battle. So don't be afraid to communicate what you want and what you need. That might feel a little different because in the past you guys may have been hesitant to do that. That may have been why some relationships previously didn't work out, because you weren't able to be sort of clear and communicate what it was that you wanted and you need. A lot of times we feel like, especially in relationships, people can start to sort of read our mind. And that's not the case. No matter how long maybe you've been with somebody, they still need to be reminded of sort of what you want and need sometimes. And that's okay. That's a part of life, of continuing to grow and develop a partnership together. So take the time when you need to, especially as you jump into this new relationship, to reassess, clarify. Don't really rush yourself too much, but something is headed your way. So there's a new relationship coming. There's some new exciting connection you're going to have. And you've taken the time and gotten all the good tools ready that you need to make sure this one is successful this time. So to round out this message, instead of pulling an oracle card that really related to you or to a message from your love life in particular, I decided to pull one that was related more to the person that's probably headed your way for the new relationship. And so the card I pulled was the ring. So that's a really interesting one because the ring in particular is about our strong connection to a person. It also represents eternal love, commitment, and sort of an unbreakable bond. So it's sort of like the cycle of life, as there's a beginning and an end. This is a really strong connection that you have with someone. Could mean like a proposal or some sort of like deeper commitment. But either way, it represents a super strong connection to the person that's coming your way, and hopefully an eternal love and a lasting commitment for you. The stone for your reading is green apophyllite, and that's a perfect one because it's a stone that really represents the energy of love. So it's a great way to kind of attract and bring that love that we're looking for into your life, or if there's already love there, sort of further developing it. It also brings clarity to any situation, so it probably represents the journey that you've taken when you've sort of like taken the time by yourself to really think about what you want and need, and you've now gained the clarity to have even deeper, more successful relationships going forward. So to sum up the overall theme of this reading for you guys, it's really about you having the power and communication now to get the things you want and need and expect out of your future relationships. You've taken the time to really evaluate within yourself about what you can accept, what you need from other people, what you're worth on your own, and now you're ready to express that and share that with the people in your upcoming relationships so that they can be really successful and super strong. And that's all for the message I have for you today, but if you enjoyed today's reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so you can join us in our future Pick a Card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome Group 3, and thank you so much for joining us in today's Pick a Card reading. Before we begin any reading, I'd like to start by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. So in your spread, we have the Page of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, the 8 of Cups, and then the Tower. So the Page of Swords in this last position really focuses on lots of plans you have for the future, that you're focused on long-term goals. There may be some hesitation because they might be different than you initially thought they were going to be. So this card is in the past position, so you guys might have already moved through those, but either way, you need to communicate clearly about your feelings and your wants and your needs. This card also references that, but it really means that you were laying the groundwork for the plans about the future that you really wanted. Probably plans about your relationships, what you want and need out of your new partner. But either way, you were getting ready and focused on the long-term solutions and things that you need or you want to get out of that upcoming relationship or the relationship that you're already in. This might have been, if you're in a relationship now, it might have been a time when you guys were evaluating what you were going to do in the long term. Did you want to commit to each other? Did you want to move in together? And so this is really you evaluating the kind of position that you're in and finding a way that moves forward that feels successful and right for you. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse is about self-development. So this is, again, understanding what you want and need, causing maybe a shift in your feelings. You might be a little bit rigid or might have felt like you were being a little bit rigid about what you wanted and needed, not maybe flexible enough with your partner. So this is referencing the need for you to relax a little bit, to listen to what they want and need, and to really find a compromise that's going to work best for both of you. This is also you looking for assurance that happiness is around the corner and knowing that good things are coming the way for you or coming the way for you and your partner if you're already in a relationship currently. The Seven of Pentacles grounding this reading is really about you being at a crossroads in your life. You might be worried about losing what you've built, either within a relationship that you're already in, or sort of not being able to build the correct kind of foundation in a new relationship. But either way, you're sort of worried about it. You feel a little bit of hesitation, and you're maybe frustrated that things aren't going exactly how you planned. This could be because you're being too critical. So take a minute, kind of evaluate within yourself, think whether or not you're bringing some negativity to the sort of situation that might not be necessary. It's important to really evaluate that within yourself, especially because partnerships and relationships are two-way streets. So you're not the only one in this situation. So if you feel like you're at a crossroads and you're really sort of deciding where to go, it might almost feel like you've reverted back to the position you were in at the Page of Swords. Like maybe you don't know what you plan or need for the future after all. So if that's kind of what you're feeling, just take the time to really evaluate that and know within yourself whether or not you're being too critical. You might be bringing some negativity to the situation that doesn't really need to be introduced at this point in time. The Eight of Cups in the advice position is about abandoning your feelings, or abandoning something that's not serving you. So something isn't working right now because you definitely feel at the crossroads like you're a little bit worried about losing something that you've built. But I think this card, what it's really referencing is you letting go of that negativity, not necessarily of your relationship, unless for some reason that's resonating with you. But what I feel like is this is really about letting go of the negativity, putting that behind you because it's not going to serve you guys moving forward. If you feel like something might be missing, or maybe you're looking for an escape instead of kind of being in denial about something on an emotional level, this might mean leaving something behind. So it could be maybe leaving the direction you guys were headed behind. It could also, like I said, be leaving those negative feelings behind. I don't really feel like it's necessarily an end to the relationship, but it's more an end to where you were headed, either because you guys were going in the wrong direction, or an end, like I said, to the negativity that you might be carrying around with you about too much worry that you're putting, or too much pressure you're putting on the relationship right now. The Tower in the outcome position is about a sudden change or a revelation. So the change has arrived. It is here. There is a shift within yourself, a shift within you and your relationship, your partner. You're maybe more open and able to communicate a little bit better. Something has changed in a drastic way, but either way, clarity about the situation is coming. When you know sort of how to move forward with the Eight of Cups, this is sort of directly related to you kind of burning it down. So if you're burning down that negativity, you're getting it out of your way. If you guys are saying, you know what, where we were headed wasn't the right direction, let's go somewhere new, whether that's somewhere new together or somewhere new separately. This is about you guys tearing down sort of what was getting in your way before and moving forward in a stronger and wiser position. This could also be a transformation within, which really does seem to be what's resonating with me kind of overall. This is a very internal sort of journey that you're taking. So like I said, I don't think this is about a relationship ending. I think it's about some sort of feeling within yourself. It could even be that worry itself that you're ending and you're letting go and you're kind of more free and open. You're ready to sort of tear down any blocks you've put up in your own way about connecting deeper with your partner, and you're ready to move forward in a positive way. So it's sort of a transformation that you have gone on from kind of understanding what you plan and what you need to communicating that a little bit easier, and then also to tearing down anything in your way that's going to prevent you guys from having a super strong connection. So to round out this reading, instead of pulling oracle cards for you or for a message related to your love life specifically, I decided to pull an oracle card representing or referencing that person or the situation relationship-wise that you're currently in. So what I pulled was the Eternal Child. And this beautiful card is really about that childlike innocence, the sort of fearlessness that we have when we're kids, that we have like a joy and abandon. This also might, if it represents a person, so this is a person we're talking about, that you're either going to be in a relationship with or you are in right now, that person's probably the life of the party. They bring a lot of joy and abundance to the situations that they're in. They often sort of may remind you that you need to attempt the impossible, that nothing's really impossible until you try it and put your mind to it. And so they have that kind of joy and abandon and freedom to really try new things and think outside the box, and they can help bring those quality out of you too. Remember what attracted you to that person in general, because this is probably related directly to their freedom and their carefree ability. And sometimes that might get grating or might sort of bother you in one way or another, but remember that that's probably the reason why you were attracted to them in the first place. So learn to re-accept and sort of celebrate those parts of them that really make them fearless and help bring that joy and abundance, not just out of themselves, but also bring it out of you too. The stone for your reading was the Angel Aura Quartz, and that really helps when you're feeling emotional distress and you need like a little more stability in your life. So for me, this really continues to resonate with that feeling of there's going to be something within yourself, some sort of negativity, some block that you've kind of put up that prevents you from getting into that relationship or deepening the relationship you have with someone. So this is about really letting that go so you can move forward in a super positive way and get the things that you're wanting and you're yearning for out of your love life. Summing up the overall feeling and just sort of general reading for you guys today, there have been a lot of plans that you've made, a lot of focus that you put on sort of getting ready, on self-development, but right now you're currently at a crossroads, either deciding whether or not to get in a relationship, or you might be in a relationship where you guys feel like you're at a position where you need to make a new decision and go in possibly a new direction. But there's some sort of internal conflict, some negativity you're carrying, some sort of block that's in your way of allowing you to see the true way to move forward. So get that kind of out of your system, help relax into the situation, and really trust that you guys are going to figure out a good solution together. But once you get rid of that negativity, I think you'll be able to move forward in a deeper, stronger way and really transform some things about yourself inside that may have blocked you previously in other relationships. And that's all I see in the cards for you guys today, but if you enjoyed today's reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so you can join us for our future Pick a Card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome Group 4, and thank you so much for joining us in today's Pick a Card reading. Before we begin any reading, I like to start by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare your heart for a positive message, and then when you're ready, open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. In your spread, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Hanged One, Justice, the Queen of Wands, and then the Three of Cups in reverse. So the King of Pentacles in reverse is about being too focused on what the relationship is to really enjoy it. So it's probably about you guys focus too much on defining something. So relax and let go. Just really enjoy it along the way. You can't enjoy the relationship you're developing or what you're in if you've been too uptight. So don't let it sort of pass you by doubting what you're calling it or thinking too much about sort of whether you're, are you together? Are you casually dating? Are you, should you commit? It's about really like having too much emphasis on the naming of the thing instead of really enjoying sort of where you are in the process. This card is also in the past position, which hopefully means that you guys have already done that, because in the current situation, the Hanged One is about surrendering and letting go. So this probably references you initially having that, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Where are we headed? Sort of releasing that. If you haven't done that yet, that's what this card is telling you to do right now. So surrender, let go, enjoy where you guys are in the process. Sometimes by stepping back and sort of letting go, you can gain a new perspective. So if you are super worried about what to call the relationship you're in or the relationship that you're going to be in, remember that you can figure it all out if you stop like over evaluating it. So stop thinking about it too intently. Just take time to relax and enjoy where you guys are right now. You'll gain probably a lot of understanding by stepping back and allowing yourself the time to really evaluate it that way. You're restricting yourself for sure when you do that. So try to enjoy it. Try to loosen up, relax, and just enjoy being where you are in the relationship right now. Justice at the center of your reading is about truth and fairness. So this is about being accountable for your actions and following your compass. So in this relationship that you're either in or the one that's coming your way, it's about really making sure that you explore your own truth. Sometimes that might not be what you expected, but you need to discover what you want and what you need. So this is finding balance within yourself, balance within you and your partner, looking for sort of a truth-telling ability, like a way for you to maintain your honesty and your truth with them at all times, being accountable for what both you do and your partner does. So if you're in an argument, being accountable for the fact that you had a part in getting you to that situation. It's never just one-sided. So this is about finding balance and fairness. So in the relationship you're in now, or either the one that's headed to you, you're going to need to look for opportunities and times when you can make sure you are being balanced and fair. That's something that might be a little bit related to like the neuroses of the naming of the relationship, because I feel like there's like, much like myself, there may be like a light bit of OCD in this situation, at least initially. So this is about you sort of relaxing and being accountable for your own like involvement and all that, that you're going to need to take ownership for different things when you have had a part in it yourself. So if you get into conflicts or arguments, just understand that there are two sides to every story and that you guys need to work that out together as a partnership. The Queen of Wands in the advice section is about warmth and happiness. So this is advice for you to continue to be optimistic. Don't get bogged down and worried again about where you are, where you're headed. If you guys get into arguments or need to have like a little bit of a meeting of the minds, don't sort of be unafraid. Be bold and optimistic that you're going to make it through and you're going to work it out. This is also about making important and lasting connections with this person. So if there is some conflict or some sort of things that you're working through, it's only going to make you guys stronger in the end. So trust that optimism, trust that the good things are coming your way. Be vulnerable when you need to as well. So that's going to actually help you connect better with them. That's also a reference to the Hanged One and sort of taking the time to surrender and let go and evaluate within yourself. Sometimes sharing or showing that vulnerability to other people around you can help build and deepen the connections that you have with them. In the end position, the Three of Cups in the outcome is really about independence and about freedom. So lean on your partner for support, but it's about connecting more intimately. So this is about you guys really taking the time to build and deepen the connection. And then when you need to lean on each other, really leaning into that strength that you get from one another. Take time to recuperate together when you need to, but don't forget to have some alone time too. So the Three of Cups, when it's reversed, also means sort of retreating within yourself, not just celebrating with other people. So this is about remembering that while you're able to sort of have this deep connection with this person, occasionally, because you guys probably are a little bit different, there's probably some differences of opinion, you need to remember to have your time for yourself and some alone time set aside so that you can continue to deepen your connection with that person by simply deepening the connection within yourself. And instead of drawing an oracle card that referenced your love life in general or a message for you, I decided to draw an oracle card that references the person you're going to be in that relationship with, the person that you are in the relationship with right now, or what's kind of headed your way from your love life perspective. So what I pulled was the Starborn. And this is an interesting card because it's about somebody who's in tune with their own destiny. So if you're in a relationship with someone right now, this might be somebody who's really super focused and driven to succeed. If you're not, you might need to look for somebody who has that focus and drive within themselves, because that might be something that you're kind of lacking, because there is a little bit of like hesitation and sort of like a need of a relaxing kind of energy coming into your life. So someone who's focused and driven to succeed, that's going to kind of help you sort of channel that energy that you've got into something that's a little bit more productive for you. Also references someone who's super excited about their future and they know everything's going to work out in the end. So they already have that feeling that like everything's going to be okay, that they can kind of march boldly and more unafraid into the relationship with you, even if you guys have conflicts or arguments. They're kind of the person who knows it's going to work out in the end. So let that energy rub off on you. Let that sort of sink into yourself as well, because it's going to help you be a more happy and fulfilled person if you can kind of learn to tune your destiny into, the idea that everything's going to work out in the end for you. The stone for your reading was rainbow fluorite, and for me, as it relates to this reading, that's really about increasing your self-confidence and knowing when to make the right decision. So I love that it's positioned right over the Justice card. So this is a stone to really help you remember to be fair, be balanced, and sort of have the right mindset, using your head and your heart to evaluate situations and decisions instead of just going with your initial gut instinct. Summing up the overall theme of this reading for you guys, it's really about stopping yourself from being too focused on the minute details to really relax and enjoy either the relationship that you're already in or the one that's headed your way. Make sure you take the time to sort of let go of any preconceived notions and evaluate how you feel within yourself so that you can make the right decisions together as a couple, and know that that's the way you're supposed to head, because you've got that kind of optimistic, that happiness sort of in the forefront of your mind, and you know things are going to work out in the end. Just make sure as you connect deeper with that person, you continue to give yourself some time to look within yourself and evaluate where you are. That's sort of a self-care thing you're going to need to do so that you can help not only deepen the connection you have with that person, but the connection that you have with yourself as well. That's all the message that I have for you guys today, but if you enjoyed today's reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and then subscribing to our channel so you can join us for our future tarot card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.